Among the Chinese dishes of cooked and cold dish, the braised dish must be one of the first choices for people to enjoy this irresistible delicacy. Braised dishes are familiar home-cooked meals all over the country. They can be put on the table after being heated, marinated and cooled by knife cutting. After being heated and marinated and cooled by cutting, they are ready to be served. And with the advantages of being fragrant but not greasy, thick but not salty, they are truly loved by diners. So, what are the common ways of making braised dishes? Simply put, from the color of the finished products, braised dishes are divided into red marinated and white marinated. The former refers to adding fried brown sugar or soy sauce when making brine soup. So the dish made by marinade is red. The latter belongs to white marinade products without adding sugar or soy sauce. So they appear colorless or natural. In spite of this, their taste profiles are basically the same. Both belongs to the composite taste type. And the taste is fresh and mellow, with 5 spices and flavor. Next, I'd like to introduce a recommended specialty of making braised dishes: braised duck. When it comes to braised duck, it belongs to red marinade, and it refers to the cooking method of putting the processed buck or whole raw material into the prepared marinade, heating and cooking so that the flavor of the brine can penetrate into it. To be specific, the first step of making braised duck: select the ingredients. Main ingredients for the making braised duck: duck. Auxiliary ingredients: shallot, ginger, condiments, sugar, cooking wine, soy sauce, dried chili, Chinese red pepper, sesame leaf, and cinnamon. Generally speaking, the second step of making braised duck is the process of braising begins with the duck that has been washed with hot water to remove the blood and dirt in the duck's stomach. At the same time, it also removes the fishy smell of the duck.
好，我们再软卤鸭。
The purpose is to remove part of the duck's smelly tastes with hot water. Pick it up and continuously wash it with hot water. Then, cook the soup in the pot first and add cold oil to make the pot slippery. Cold oil and slippery pot. The production of braised duck cannot be separated from marinade, which can be said to be the decisive factor to determine the flavor and the taste of the braised duck. In other words, in order to make delicious braised duck, it's very important to adjust the marinade.
倒去油
Add the shallots and ginger from fragrances. Then, pour in cooking wine, soy sauce, and sugar.
酱油、白糖、
Add dried chilies, sesame leaves, fennels, cinnamon, and Chinese red pepper to wok. And stir fry evenly. Pour in water, mix the marinade, and put the duck into the adjusted marinade. And marinate the ducks over a medium and low heat for 40 minutes.
卤40分钟，用中小火卤。
Keep pouring juice to ensure that every part of the duck can be soaked by brain.
煮的时候要不停地去淋浇。
If there is too much water, the color will be changed slowly, so we must watch the fire carefully while marinating. Water the duck with juice. Keep pouring the duck with the marinade. Moreover, the third step of making braised duck. Take it out and absorb juice. And prepare for cooling down before the braised duck is cut and served.
好，我们将鸭子卤好之后啊，
We pick it up and drain the marinade before putting it on the plate.
卤汁。
Step 4 of making braised duck. Cutting first before putting it to the plate. After the duck is marinated, let it cool down slightly, then cut it into small pieces and put them on the plate. Simply put on the plate and then add an appropriate amount of marinade.
按住后腿，
Cut it in half.
对半将鸭子劈开，
Slice its wings obliquely
切鸭翅，
and take out its legs and cut off its stomach. Then, step 5 and the last one of making braised duck. Set up the plate before it is served. As the saying goes, when weaving baskets, it's all about closing. Therefore, the dish setting of braised duck is the last key process for the final product of delicious food and highlights the prominent features of braised duck: red and bright, fragrant and crispy. In the final analysis, braised products are one of the oldest and the most common cooking methods in China. And the history of Chinese people eating braised food could be traced back to more than 2,000 years ago and even beyond. In terms of braised vegetables, the earliest records of them could be found in rites of the Zhou. People prevailed to cook food in water together with salt and spices, which was the prototype of braised dishes. Nowadays, the braised products in China can be said to have a wide variety and a delicious taste. Take braised meat, for example. Not only the marinated whole duck introduced in this unit, but also the marinated whole chicken, marinated whole goose, marinated pork, marinated beef, and marinated mutton. There are also different parts of marinated pork elbow and marinated pork head, marinated duck head, marinated duck neck, marinated duck paw, marinated chicken neck, marinated chicken liver, marinated chicken skin, and marinated chicken wings, and so on. So in today's society, due to the development of fresh keeping technology, people no longer need to store food materials for a long time through marinade processing, but marinade flavor has been popular for a long time because of its unique flavor, since marinade tastes the flavor, savor the history, and makes the delicacies. It's so-called Chinese-style marinade, world-famous cuisine.